4 years ago, I was an anomaly. I could train 6 days a week with complicated routines, sleep when I wanted, eat when I wanted. Life was easy. And then 3 years ago, everything changed. I started working a corporate job in the city. Physique development was no longer the priority, and I was suddenly juggling multiple plates for the first time in my life. At the start, I tried to push through, still training 6 days a week, while starting a brand new career in a brand new city, moving house away from childhood friends, and going through a pretty harsh breakup at the same time. And I think it took about 2 weeks to realise I was already burnt out. My physique, which was once pretty impressive for a guy in his early 20s, was destroyed pretty quickly through stress, overtraining, and under recovery. I'd lost all passion for training, felt like I was drowning in stress all the time, and I just wanted to quit. So after battling for a while, I dropped down to training 3 times a week, and the passion returned pretty fast, as well as the physique. And I think there's a few reasons why. You see, based on the pretty comprehensive evidence we now have, we don't need super high volume to make the most progress in the gym. We need to accumulate the most effective reps possible across the week without creating more muscle damage. Think of it like a bell curve. At the top of the curve, we've maximised the stimulus we can achieve in a session, and any more volume actually brings us more muscle damage. And this is usually in the region of 3 or so sets per body part a session. And we know it takes a few days to recover from the stress accumulated from those sets anyway, so we can only train a body part 2 or 3 times a week. And if you only need a couple of sets for a body part a few times a week, you don't need complicated bro splits or extensive push-pull leg splits 6 times a week. Full body and upper-lower setups are perfect with that respect. And then let's talk about our life stresses. Work stresses, relationship stresses, poor sleep. They all reduce how well we can recover from training stress. So in that period when I was super burnt out, my ability to recover was basically zero. So if you are busy and have a lot on your plate, you should probably reduce your training volume. And if we ignore the science entirely and just think about passion and enjoyment, going to the gym 6 days a week, if not motivated, is a chore. It feels like Groundhog Day, and so you turn up and just go through the motions. You probably don't track your lifts or push yourself as hard as you could, because to some extent there's always going to be a mental barrier. Scarcity makes the heart grow fonder, and so training less, making it less prominent in your life, may actually force some excitement or willingness to train. I know that personally, after taking a few days off from the gym, I wanted to get in there and make progress as soon as possible, and I'm just excited to train every session. And let me ask you this, if you knew you only had to progress 2 sets of one chest press in a session, compared to 20 sets of various presses, cable flies and pec decks, how much more do you think you'd get out of those sets? The answer for all of us is just so much more. The quality of each rep will go up, the focus and intent in the set will go up, and you're more likely to push closer to failure than you thought you could before. And spending less time in the gym, it gives you the time to manage the rest of your life a bit better. You've suddenly cut out possibly as much as 6 hours of wasted time in the gym a week, and you can now use this to put more time towards the things that are causing you more stress or priorities you've put off in the pursuit of trying to gain more muscle. So to conclude, we know that training with lower volumes is scientifically superior. Being in the gym less will bring back some spark of passion, and the opportunity cost of time in the gym versus using that time to focus on other important life pursuits is drastically reduced. So spend less time in the gym, cut out the additional junk volume, reignite the training spark, and improve the rest of your life. If you found this video helpful, drop me a like and of course a subscribe. It helps the channel more than you think. And if you'd like to learn more about how I put this into practice, I've recently launched a free 8-day course called 8 Days to Smarter Gains, where we cover the exact training, nutrition and lifestyle principles to make 2026 the year your physique changes for good. You can get that for free using the link in the description below. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.